Hi everyone, it's BellaGemaNails, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create this beautiful Cinderella inspired bag. This bag took me quite a while to create because I had to wait for all the components to arrive to be able to put it together for you. So if you're a Disney lover, if you're a Disney princess lover, just keep on watching. So the first step you're going to do is lay out all the embellishments the way that you want them to look on the bag and snap a photo. You always have to map out your design before you begin gluing. I will suggest to begin gluing the front focal point of the bag, which is this flower here. This is going to be tricky because this is flimsy, so you're going to hold up the bag and you're going to place the charm, or try to place the charm, right in the center. I'm placing a little bit of tape so that the weight of the bottom of this charm doesn't drag the rest of the charm down. Now, it's very important when buying crystals, if you're going to be embellishing or doing a project like this, that you follow the color scheme and you follow the theme of the design. So I got these crystal embellishments so that they represent a bud of a flower, and I got them similar to the same color of the flower there, a blue, and I wanted them to be faceted so that they shimmer a lot more. And I got these heart-shaped stones so that they can resemble a leaf, and I'm going to be placing them on each side. You will want to definitely get stones that correspond with the color of the actual painted design, because that's when it looks cleanest and nicest. And you could see here, this is yellow, so the gold on top of that looks ideal. So let's get to gluing. For the side leaves, I'm actually going to be putting the glue on the actual embellishment. These are all cut glass, but they're faceted and they're very sparkly. The inspiration for this bag was the Dolce Gabbana Princess collection, where they had a multitude of bags inspired by different princesses. And when I saw these bags, I was completely mesmerized by their beauty. And so I wanted to create one of my own. So I'm going to be inserting images here so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. They are magnificent. Now I'm going to start embellishing the center. These are pendants, so I'm going to put a center embellishment there and some embellishments on the carriage wheels as well. Make sure your fingers are clean and press down on the crystals. So these crystals come in a large pack like this, and they're about $2.50. I will be embellishing the rest of the bag, so just keep watching. So I'm basically dipping the bottom end of this into glue, and then I'm just going to be placing them down. With these type of bags, you have to be very delicate since the embellishments could fall off. So make sure it won't be in everyday bags, but just make sure that you're careful when handling and wearing this bag. Now that it's fully embellished in the front, we're going to let this dry overnight before we start working on the back. So now that the bag is dry, I'm going to be adding this glass slipper to this part of the bag so it can just dangle with the lock. Now what we're going to do is move on to the outside perimeter of the front flap. So just keep on watching. Now remember, you don't have to do any of this. I'm just going to completely embellish the hell out of this bag. Okay, so now we're going to move to the side front flap, and we are going to place the embellishments the way that you would want them. I want them to be just like that. So I've laid them out, and we're going to start gluing. So what we're going to be doing while these are drying is setting the carriage on the side of the bag. You'll be aligning it along the center of this stone here. Now we're going to be embellishing the other side of the bag. So these crystals that I bought for about $2.75 have been mostly all used with the embellishment of this bag, which makes me very, very happy. So I'm kind of crazy about symmetry, so make sure that they're aligned right along the seam if you're going to be doing a similar project. You want them to be perfectly placed. And now put tape over and let dry. Line the center part of the carriage with the middle stone. On the other side, I added 2 studs to the side of the carriage, but I'm leaving this out because I'm going to be hanging an accent dangle, which I'll be showing you later, and I don't want these to fall off with the movement of the chain dangle. So for the back, it's going to be entirely different than the front. And for the back, I'm using this coaster, and it's made of glass. I was going to create a resin tile, but then I thought it'd be too many steps and quite a bit of work. I've worked with resin in the past because I've made my own cabochons for a lot of my nail designs. And so resin can be really fun, but it's also a lot of work. So these coasters were $13 for 4, and I bought them on Amazon. They are very beautiful. And so what I'm going to be doing is placing the carriage in the center. And I purchased these tiny Cinderella themed pins, which I'm going to be taking apart, and I'm going to be using them with this tile. And I'll show you how, so just keep on watching. Okay, so now that you laid everything out, just make sure you let it dry overnight, and then you'll start working on the back of the bag. What I'm going to be doing with these is I took apart the rhinestone embellishment and took the metal backing off. And so I'm going to put a center rhinestone on each of the roses, and I'm just going to glue them on. So I'm preparing to put together the back of this handbag. So this is what it's going to look like. So now we're going to be working on the back. I wanted to represent the moment in which the pumpkin becomes the carriage, and when Cinderella goes from being her stepmother's maid to the princess and the belle of the ball. So that part of the movie where the fairy godmother is swirling the wand and she's converting into the princess, this is the part I wanted to capture. And so I thought the tile looked perfect for what I had envisioned. I went ahead and purchased these as you saw previously, and I inserted a rhinestone center. And I'm going to be adding these flowers as well just to tie it all in. Guys, place a towel underneath the front part of the bag. You don't want the embellishments to be on a hard surface. You want them to be on a soft surface since they're delicate. I'm going to take this roll of leftover rhinestone chain, and I'm going to outline the outside of the tile. It may look a little off center on camera, but if I lift the bag, it is perfectly symmetrical, but the camera is at an angle. Okay guys, so the last step is to tape the flowers on the bag and let dry. Okay guys, so I did add the chain to the actual bag. I bought this online as well. It was $8.99. It's 47 inches. It's long and it's perfect if you want to wear it as a crossbody. I just like it as a decoration really, but it adds a lot of weight to the bag and I love that. Okay guys, so the last and final step in completing this bag is adding a glass slipper. Now this is an ornament that was made by Disney and it was about $20 on Amazon. And I fell in love with this. It is perfect. It is a perfect complement for this handbag, which is already elaborate, but adding this chain dangle just really puts it over the top for sure. It has the butterfly in an antique gold, and I wanted to incorporate a key that represents the mice that helped Cinderella escape when she was locked in the tower by her evil stepmother. So I put it together with chain and I added a lobster clasp, and I'm going to be incorporating that to the side of the bag. Now let's go through the details of this bag now that it's dry. When you look at this bag, you can't tell that it's a Cinderella themed bag really, because there's so much going on. You can't really tell that these are carriages, and that's what I wanted for the front of the bag. I wanted it all to just go. It does look busy, but it makes sense when you think about it. So the carriages are here, the flowers, the leaves, and then the magic wand, or what I thought would represent the magic wand, goes in the center, and it is a flower. And then all the embellishments on the outside as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it looks like on top. And I lined up obviously all the crystals here, and it looks so sparkly and finished from the front, from the top. Then I'm going to turn it over for you on this side. And here's the carriage with the embellishments on the side. You could see how I mixed them and they look so beautiful. And then I put little embellishments on each side of the carriage for this side. So on this side, you could see how beautifully finished it looks. It matches the other side with the crystals. And for the carriage, I did not place the studs on either side of the carriage since it'll have the shoe dangle on this side. Guys, so this bag is not going to be an everyday bag. It's more of a clutch and special occasion type of bag. It is very small, but for as small as it is, it's actually rather spacious. And I'm going to show you very quickly the inside of it so you could see. So you just unlock it and you could see, you could put your little credit cards, any cash in there, and then there's still space to fit your phones, your makeup, a hairbrush, I don't know, turkey sausage, whatever you want to put in there. But it's rather spacious and it's very beautiful. It's structured. It's a box bag and it's cuter than a newborn baby. So yeah, I thought you'd enjoy to see that. Okay, so now let's go through the details of the back. Now, this is how the tile turned out. I traced it with a rhinestone chain and I added the roses with a center embellishment. And you could see how beautiful it looks. I didn't want any studs or any stones on the back side of the purse because I did want to see the painting on the back. So the roses just bring and tie everything together. And that is the final look of this bag. Okay guys, we've reached the end of this DIY. I hope that you all enjoyed it. It took me a long time to be able to wait for every single component to arrive, to be able to put this bag together. I also took my time shopping for material because I needed it to be perfect. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up or pop a comment below. And remember, you don't have to live a fairy tale to be a princess when you're already a queen. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.